to Learning with Lulu. In this video, we are going to quickly be reviewing what happens in chapter 32 of Jane Eyre. Before we jump into it, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are planning on watching more videos like this from me. And by the end, if you liked it, make sure to like and share with others who you know may benefit. So chapter 32, it's actually a really momentous chapter in the book. And you may not realize that, or you won't recognize that until a little bit further on, but certain events in this chapter really set a new course for the direction that the rest of the book is going to go. So, Jane is still teaching at the school. The students adore her. They love her naturally, as we all should. And she's become a favorite among them, and she's really helping them to grow and develop into accomplished little ladies. So that's going well for her. Jane is still tormented though by the loss of being with the one she loves. And so at night she has dreams that upset her involving Rochester, and so she's, you know, stuck in this situation where, you know, as from all appearances life is going okay, but internally she's distraught. Now in this chapter we continue to see more of Rosamond Oliver and St. John, and we continue to notice that they are in love, but that St. John is an idiot and not pursuing or accepting that life. Rosamond will often visit this school where Jane teaches whenever she knows that St. John might be there. And on one visit, Rosamond, she even asks Jane to paint her portrait. And as we know, Jane is an accomplished artist, and so she does so. And then another time, when Rosamond is not there, St. John shows up, and Jane catches him admiring the picture. And in her lovely Jane way, she's just very forward, and she's like, you know, I can paint a duplicate of it for you. And then she goes on to essentially scold St. John and just kind of say, why don't you pursue this life of happiness that you could have with someone who you love, who loves you in return? Jane, we know, we could say that that's probably, she'd love nothing more than to be able to be with the one she loves. So it probably upsets her even further to see these two people in love and one of them have it within their reach to have that happiness and to be denying it. St. John finally says, like, yep, yeah, I do love her, and he almost refers to her beauty as a temptation to him, but he says that he won't let that distract him from his holy duties, you know, being a missionary, this call from God that he's had. And while I don't want to critique that aspect of faith, you know, I know that whoever a person's God may be, that the call to do good and to be of service it's a noble calling. What I do love about this book, though, what I love about what Charlotte Bronte, I kind of feel like, is arguing here, is that true, genuine love between two people whose souls are seen as equals, that's like the highest and holiest thing that there can be. And Jane is definitely an advocate for that. I think Jane thinks, and I think St. John is just being an idiot, because why is it any less noble to pursue a life of joy? You know, I want to say there's even a verse somewhere in the scriptures, in the Bible, where essentially it's saying, like, you know, the world, nature is made to fulfill, like, all that God wants for it is for it to fulfill the measure of its creation. And it's like, why would the divine want any less for we humans? Why not fulfill the measure of our creation by, you know, pursuing goodness and light and delight and joy? And yeah, I feel like that's what Charlotte Bronte is saying, and it's something that very much resonates with me. But anyway, St. John is like, no, I can't be distracted from my holy calling. While missionaries can be married, he doesn't think Rosamond would be a good enough wife to a missionary. So then they have that little conversation, that little confrontation, and the chapter ends with St. John seeing something on the corner of a piece of paper, and he gets a weird look on his face. He tears it and leaves immediately, and Jane doesn't know what was on that corner. She has no idea why he did that, and it was just like a really weird, curious thing. Doesn't necessarily even seem to be related to the conversation about Rosamond and St. John marrying her that they were just having. St. John almost was like distracted by what he saw on the paper. So, and that's going to come into play in a little bit. So that is a summary of chapter 32 in Jane Eyre. Again, please make sure to like this video, share with others you know who may benefit from it, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.